Regardless of his confidence in the drawn-out capability of simulated intelligence, my next visitor as of late decreased his openness due to a limited extent to the high products on a portion of these computer-based intelligence stocks, like Nvidia. We should converse with United Herm's central speculation official of values, Steve O. Seeing you, Steve, is great. You were on this half a month back, so educate us concerning your thinking. Goodness, check out Nvidia down 7. It's at 108 today. No, Kelly, Nvidia is a fabulous organization. As far as we might be concerned, it had essentially become an over-the-top force account. On it, we brought in a gigantic measure of cash. The organization is as of now esteemed at multiple times profit, and I accept that simulated intelligence is presently in a condensation stage. Critically, stocks like Nvidia require not just solid request and profit development, which I realize many bulls like to examine, yet in addition speeding up request and income development once they become large force stories like that. We're somewhat past the speed increase mode here. We're beginning the rate cut cycle simultaneously. Simply the present news, is the straw that broke the camel's back, so we should get everything rolling. Rate cuts of around 200 premise focuses are probably going to be approaching. With rates as high as 10% on the 10-year, some notable man-made intelligence brands have performed unquestionably well and they were the main choice free. Funding isn't vital for them since they don't actually require it. Yet when rates begin to drop, the market's opposite side that generally funds itself, shorting esteemed stocks, cyclicals, and little covers, benefits the most. We subsequently kind of need to be there right now. Nvidia has committed errors en route to turning into the business chief in innovation. Regardless of whether the business is presently known for its creativity, it is urgent to glance back at its slip-ups to appreciate how it has changed. The overdependence on Bitcoin mining was one significant mistake. Gamers and different clients were switched off by the expanded expenses and manufactured deficiencies made by the spike sought after for GPUs mined Bitcoins. Despite the fact that Nvidia later resolved the issue, the episode clarified that adjusting different market sectors is so vital. The business grasped that its center customers, particularly gamers, ought not be disregarded for easy gains from the inconsistent cryptographic money market. Item delivers are another region where Nvidia has experienced issues. A few notable deliveries have run into difficulties, such as valuing debates or execution issues. These disappointments can possibly subvert client certainty and give matches a benefit. For instance, execution issues that missed the mark regarding client assumptions caused blended surveys when a few GPU models were delivered. Besides, the organization's standing endured because of response against estimating strategies that were viewed as being excessively forceful. We likewise accepted that eliminating a few chips from the table was proper. On the other hand, the turn is unimaginably all-around planned as an exchanging strategy. I'd nearly need to ask you, how would you be aware? Is it a mathematical measurement, for example? An EPS forward different, or is it just a mental or natural sense that says, enough, it's gone excessively far? All things considered, Kelly, it's both. We analyzed those things, yet frankly, I was away holiday the 7-day stretch of July 4. The market had taken off again when I returned. Around then, it was drawing nearer to our 2025 objective of 6,000. At 5,700 we were. When we laid out that 6,000 objective 18 months prior, we felt that we were overall rather forceful. Many were considering me a perma-bull, yet that is precisely the exact thing we were, and in spite of the fact that I had a premonition about it, the measurements went against that. Also, I trust now is the right time to migrate when everything meets up. At United Herms, we have a sizable large-scale staff, and we likewise play out a ton of math on these things. Together, these elements bring about essentially further developed profit development. Check out at it along these lines, esteemed stocks, little cap stocks in the main portion of the year and the base back portion of the year. The enormous cap stocks, particularly the Mag 7, were answerable for the S&P's all's income increment. What's more, it truly begins to fan out in the final part of the year. Quite soon, base-up figures show that the little cap organization's development rates are a lot higher than the Mag 7's. The development is moving in support of yourself, as it were. Up to this point, it has neutralized you. Rates are changing in your benefit. Lower rates are an advantage to the little covers. The rising rates have impacted them. That is, it appears to, and you have good valuations. Along these lines, it appears to us that everything is making sense here. I'm not shocked that we're seeing a slight misfortune today. These stocks, went up, up, up. It seemed, by all accounts, to be almost unrealistic or something to that effect. Indeed, obviously. Furthermore, we really do require a slight retreat. I'm not the slightest bit astounded by this. For those that guessed this story, I trust it's a fabulous place of presentation. Nvidia has demonstrated by and by that it is equipped for developing from these blunders. The business has worked on its capacity to deal with store network issues, ensure more dependable item accessibility, and all the more effectively satisfy the needs of various market areas. To win back client trust, Nvidia has likewise exhibited a preparation to change its item designs in light of market input, presenting updates and progressions in later renditions. Nvidia can continue further developing its strategic policies and saving its upper hand by inspecting past errors. The business is still solidly dedicated to development, and its ability for variation and gaining from previous oversights sets it strategically set up to confront new hardships. Versatility and flexibility to economic situations will be urgent parts in keeping up with Nvidia's administrative role as it keeps on arranging the complexities of the tech area. The way taken by Nvidia is proof of its ability to head in a different direction and grow. Along with its modern way to deal with item presentations, the organization's proactive moves toward relieve the adverse consequences of Bitcoin reliance show a pledge to fulfilling client needs and maintaining certainty. This improvement underscores that it is so pivotal to be versatile and focus on market input. These examples gained from the past will unquestionably direct Nvidia's likely arrangements, ensuring that it will keep on serving its great many clients while being at the front line of specialized progress. I should hinder with a new episode that is unbelievably engaging. While requesting a McFlurry in China, McDonald's finds out if you would like an Nvidia keychain, which costs $20. The issue is that their Nvidia keychain, which retails for many dollars, is now sold out in light of the fact that they just made it accessible to under 10,000 purchasers. In his comment, Elon expressed that he knew nothing about this and added, "All things considered, I will have some." In case it isn't already obvious, if you need to buy this Nvidia keychain, click the main connection in the portrayal. In spite of the fact that I don't know whether this is a joint endeavor, both McDonald's and Nvidia have posted about it in China. Regardless, this item could sell for a large number of dollars before very long. We don't have numerous chances to buy interesting fortunes like these. At any rate, we just have 100 pieces left, so rush and snap the connection in the portrayal. Considering these symbolic plants, I accept that one of the primary inquiries right now is whether the models are soaked as we shown prior. The Sigma colleague can write in plain language and afterward make an interpretation of it to SQL. What's more, for the normal sort of questions that individuals like to make, there might be a striking sort of significant improvement in inquiry precision for the client, assuming they go from, say, a model with 7 billion boundaries to one with 70 billion boundaries, or something like. In any case, it probably won't be vital for change to a model that is multiple times bigger than that. As in, you ultimately become adequate. The local language can be dependably changed over completely to SQL. I accept the inquiry is, what does that immersion bend resemble for the utilization cases for which LLMs are being sent? Do we just arrive where, say, a figure that is under 100 trillion or 100 billion is fine, or do we want a trillion boundary model or a 10 trillion boundary model for what number of purpose cases? Is it even a sensible method for taking a gander at the subject, in any case, or do you have any feelings on that? All things considered, we should take apart it. How about we examine it reasonably openly, about practically the inquiries in general? Indeed, how about we analyze it? Indeed, we should contemplate that. Consequently, how about we start with a model? AlexNet was PC Vision, and ImageNet was Picture Acknowledgement, with an exactness of 82% or so in 2012. The exactness mistake diminished by a portion of each and every year for the following, almost, yet not exactly, A decade, I accept it was around 7 years. Correct? Known as Moore's regulation, the error for discourse acknowledgement.